Hello everyone, this is Babraham42, and I am playing the Spyro Reignited Trilogy. I have actually already recorded this episode. I've been having some weird problems with audio and things. Hopefully it works out this time. So, I'm going to try to get full completion on each game, besides maybe the skill points. We'll see about those. I guess comment below if you want me to try to get all the skill points. And I'm going to shut up here in a second for the opening cutscene. Maybe a long second. Here we go.
Okay, rolling.
Oh, it's been peaceful here in the Five Worlds, or is it six? For a Dragon's Age, we now have 12,000 treasure, or is it 14,000?
What about this Ganasty Ganok character? Now, I understand he's found a magic spell to turn gems into warriors for his cause.
I'll take that question. Nasty Nork is a simple creature.
Simple?
He has been contained in a remote world and is no threat to the Dragon Kingdom.
No threat?
Besides, he is ugly.
Ugly? That does it! Huh? Looks like I've got some things to do.
Alright, that's something I love about this game. It's not trying too hard with the story. It was just supposed to be fun and kind of funny, and the premise of the whole first game is that the dragons assaulted Nasty Nork. I know they said Ganork just barely, but it's usually Nasty Nork. And he was offended, and so he turned them all into statues, and Spyro has to go save them. It's the whole story. It's a fun game, though.
Thank you for releasing me, Spyro. Free 10 dragons in the artisan world, then find the balloonist. He'll transport you to the next world.
What about Nasty Nork? I'm going after him.
Find dragons first. That's all I can tell you.
Speaking of rescuing dragons, that was our first one. Some of them will have little story bits like that, some of them won't. This enemy I'm chasing around, I don't know his official name, I guess I should probably look those up, but he's a Nork carrying a bag of goodies. You hit him 3 times and you get all his goodies. And then these guys just get scared and run away when they see you. So along with the dragons, some of your main... Sorry, I got distracted by that notification. Your main objectives are to collect all the gems in each level. The red ones are worth 1, the green ones worth 2, the blue ones are worth 5. Sometimes you'll run into gold ones worth 10, and I believe pink ones worth 25. These little sheep are kind of like they're your way of getting health in the game. Different levels will have things like frogs or chickens instead. But this little dragonfly here, well, I guess I'll let this dragon explain what he does.
Where's Nasty Nork? I'll torch him.
Keep your horns on, Spyro. You have much to learn first. Do you know what the dragonfly following you is doing? His name is Sparks, and he's helping and protecting you. Keep an eye on him and see what I mean.
So yeah, like he said, this little dragonfly Sparks, he shows you health. If you get hit once, he turns green. If you get hit twice, he turns blue. And if you get hit a 3rd time, you die and lose a life. And killing these guys gets little butterflies, and when he eats a butterfly, he gains some health. If you kill enough butterflies, eventually a blue one will pop up. I think it's kind of semi-random how often they pop up, and those ones will give you more lives, and there's one other way of gaining more lives in the game we'll see later. But yeah, you go around doing a little bit of platforming, ramming your head into things, and blowing flames on things. Sorry, I'll stop running around in circles and go somewhere new, make some progress while I do this. And yeah, do some platforming, light things on fire, ram your head into things, and collect gems and save dragons. And every once in a while, collect some dragon eggs. And that's about this game. It's a lot more fun than it sounds, though.
Hey, Spyro, press the jump button twice to glide. And don't be afraid.
Afraid of what?
Falling from high mountain peaks? Plummeting into prehistoric glaciers?
Oh, that.
Thank you, Thomas the Dragon, for introducing one of our main methods of platforming. You can glide around and reach places. And yeah, simple as that. Sorry if I'm a little awkward, I'm new to this. Repeating myself and stumbling over words, but to be perfectly honest, I do that in person too, so guess y'all will just have to get used to it, or I'll get better, or both. We'll find out. I was just checking behind all those little nooks and crannies to see if there were more gems. That's one of the main ways of hiding things in this game. So many times I'll get to the end of a level and find out I've missed one gem. And it's hiding behind something or in long grass or something. It's annoying. But yeah, oh, see, I almost missed those ones. That's just because I didn't think to go over here though. Oh, these portals, I haven't explained that yet. These are how you get to the different levels. And the reason I haven't gone in one yet is because I like to kind of wander around and get at least close to 100% in the hub worlds and then take everything else out sequentially. If you guys want to see it done a little differently, feel free to let me know, and I will consider it. Oh yeah, that's our first skill point. It's a pretty easy one. I'll show you the skill points. There are a few in every world, and yeah, getting them all unlocks the art galleries and probably unlocks some trophies or achievements depending on which version of the game you're playing as well. And I'll try to get them as I can. I guess when I go, I'll try to remember them, and if I do, I'll try to get them while I'm in the level, but probably won't be my focus. Definitely am going to be trying to get 100% on gems and eggs and dragons, though. And these balloonists are how you get to the next world. I think for this one, you need to collect 10 dragons and he'll let you pass.
10 dragons? Then you may use this balloon to fly
Looks like that's exactly what it is. You can actually skip whole levels if you're thorough at collecting the different things in the levels you do. But that's not how I like to play. I'm going to try to collect everything and do all the levels so you guys can see them all. And because it's how I like to play games.
Cool, Flash. Do that again.
The artisan's boss is through a portal in the dragon mouth. But you are not yet ready, Spyro. First, you must complete one of the other artisan lands.
Okay, that's how you unlock that. On my first full playthrough of the game, oh, got our first blue butterfly to get a life. But on my first full playthrough of the game, I did not even know this was here until I completed a couple more worlds, I don't think. So I had finished, I think, the next 2 worlds and happened to come back here because there were a few levels I didn't quite have 100% on, I think, and found that and was like, oh, I don't think I even knew there were bosses in the game before that. Here's our other way of getting 1-ups. I guess that's not what they're called in this game, but extra lives. They'll be hiding in those boxes, and I think we're about to get 100% completion on the hub world here. Alright. So with that completed, let's head into our first level, Dark Hollow. Oh, another thing I haven't explained yet is each of the worlds kind of has a theme to the enemies and the dragons who live there. So this world has an artisan's theme. So we'll see dragons who are painters or who are sculptors and different things like that as we're rescuing the dragons here. And in the next world, I think most of them are knights and soldiers and things. I can't remember for sure. But yeah, you can see the frogs are the sheep of this world. There'll be a couple new enemy types on this level as well. I'll point them out as we get to them. This kind of chest needs a key to open. You find them in the levels and then come back and unlock them. This big guy with the club, I might take some damage, but I'll show you. If we try to ram him, it doesn't hurt him and then gives him an opening to hit us. How you have to kill big enemies is by flaming them. And then these guys have the metal shields. You have to ram. They can block your fire attacks.
Oh, it's you. I wasn't sure if you'd escaped those annoying little creatures. Of course, they wouldn't bother me, but here's a hint. Their metal armor is fireproof, but a charge attack will take care of them.
That's another thing this game does, is it has a habit of telling you how to defeat enemies after you've already run across them. But at least it tells you, I guess. Gonna go flame some frogs here to get Sparks back up to full health. I think there was something I was gonna say, but I forgot. And I think that's all clear. Get this guy. We'll head down here. And this guy you have to get behind. And since he's both big and has a metal shield, you have to catch him while his back is turned to you and flame him. So there aren't any unlockable abilities in this game, you just have the base ones, but the different enemies have different gimmicks and strategies you have to use to beat them, and I'm having trouble with this one. At least his attacks don't seem to be hurting me, they're just knocking me back. Oh my goodness. There we go. Here's another dragon. And I think the key's in this room as well.
Spyro, wanna know a secret? Use the action button when you want to zoom in and look around.
Oh, your secret's safe with me.
And I guess I didn't tell you guys about that. I don't do it very much. But if you ever want to, you can press triangle or Y or whatever the action button is on the PC and take a look around. Usually if I do it, it's because I'm trying to find the last few gems on a level that are tricky. And actually I just used another ability I forgot to tell you about. I'll show you guys in a second. Usually if I'm missing a gem at the end of this level, it's hiding down here. You gotta make sure you walk around all these stone platforms, I guess. But yeah, when you're gliding, you can end it at any time to by pressing the action button so that you don't overshoot things. And also, when you're gliding, if you wait to get to the apex of your jump, it actually makes a huge difference. And there are a lot of times that I've missed platforms by a long way, and then just made sure I got the glide at the peak of my jump and made it onto them easily. I was hoping to avoid that. Should have killed him first. It's all good in the hood. Got him that time. Then there are a couple little kind of hidden areas here, I think. You have an extra life, some gems, and there are gems on that side as well. Or also, you can light these fires. Is there a skill point for this world, and have I already messed it up? Does not look like there's a skill point for this. Or I guess this level, not this world. And, oh, always got to check all the corners and behind things. It's really easy to miss gems, especially the green ones, because there's grass on most levels, and they blend in pretty well with the grass. From a distance, at least. Oh, there's another extra life from the frogs. I always like to kill the little health or fodder animals, whatever you want to call them, whenever I see them. They respawn a lot, so it can be kind of tedious, but you rack up a lot of lives.
With the club cannot be charged, but a quick flame, that should defeat them.
See what I mean about giving you tutorials after they're relevant? We literally played through the entire level, and there have been 5 or 6 of those big guys, and they finally tell us how to beat them. I was like, oh, I'm missing 10 gems, and then I realized I went and got the key and forgot to turn back for it before I went here. So I do believe that chest has a golden gem in it. Either that or just a good number of lesser valued ones. Yeah, just 4 greens and 2 reds. And I guess I didn't explain, if you guys didn't put 2 and 2 together, that these gems and stuff we're collecting are the stolen treasure that... Or actually, no, the game doesn't explain. So, the gems are treasure that Nasty Nork stole from the dragons. And so you're trying to both defeat... Well, you're trying to defeat Nasty Nork and save the dragons, as well as getting back all the dragon's treasure he stole. And where the one dragon says we have 12,000 gems, or is it 14,000 at the beginning, I think that's a little hint to what goes on later, because there's a... You don't just get 100% in this game, you get 120%, and it's after you beat Nasty Nork at the end of the game. There's an after game thing you can do where you go to his treasure room and collect a bunch of gems, and it takes you, and after that you have 14,000 out of 12,000 gems in the pause menu, and that's what gets you to 120% completion as well, I believe. I think it's just that by itself. It's kind of a fun level. Alright, I do believe there's a skill point in this world. Burn the hidden pink tulip, so I guess I'm gonna have to be on the lookout for a pink tulip. Eat me some sheep. Oh yeah, on this level there are rams protecting the sheep, I guess. So not all of them are docile and harmless. Some of them fight back. And there's a dragon down here, as well as a locked chest, I believe, yes. So I guess I should have just come here later, but hey.
Watch the dragonfly, Spyro. His color indicates his power. When he eats butterflies, he stays strong, like me.
Sure.
Not sure what art that dragon's meant to represent. Maybe he's a blacksmith or a bodybuilder or something? Probably like a bodybuilder. I don't know if bodybuilding is considered an art form. I can see some people saying it is. Oh, I stopped running just before I got to that chest. That was annoying. Timed it wrong. Are there more gems over here? Nope. I think I got them all in this main area. Besides the ones in that locked chest down there.
When you free a dragon or step on one of their platforms, you're saving your progress. That could be useful if you run into trouble. Not that you ever run into trouble, Spyro.
I guess this guy's a clockmaker. Oh yeah, and I'm not sure we've run into these metal chests yet. You can't flame them to break them, you have to ram them. These normal chests you can do either one. And head over here. Another life. That sound effect, when you get the extra life, reminds me so much of Banjo-Kazooie. Actually, in some ways, this game feels like Banjo-Kazooie. Except with less collectibles, which has pros and cons, I guess.
After you've freed all the dragons, pass through this fancy vortex thingamajigger. It'll take you back to the artisan home. But first, let me tell you a story.
No thanks. See ya.
Spyro does that a lot of the time when you run into the older dragons. They offer to tell him a story and he's like, nope. It's kind of funny. And here is the biggest little side path. I mean, we did have the going home point, I guess, over there, but the portal home, I guess that's a better way to refer to it. But I like to try to 100% every level before I leave it, then we just have to do less backtracking that way. Oh, and you do need to kill all of the regular enemies to get 100% on a level, because, as you guys have probably noticed, they drop gems. Alright. Yeah, this game's not that hard, but it's just really fun to play, for whatever reason. Oh, ran into him by accident. Or her, we'll see. Him.
Spyro, my friend, how about a hint on gliding?
You bet.
For the longest glide, press the jump button at the top of your jump, and try pressing the action button to drop down mid-flight.
We're getting told some things we knew a while ago here, but I think it's mostly just because this is the portal they expect you to run through first. Let's see, we can glide that way, but is there anything else we want to hit first? Does not look like it. We'll go that way. Round up some more of these gems. Gee. Yeah. Poor innocent sheep. Slaughtering them so that my dragonfly can eat butterflies. I wonder if dragonflies even eat butterflies. I actually don't know the answer to that question. Some of them are definitely big enough. I've seen like 4-inch long dragonflies before, I think. I kind of like where they put these gems. Running around that castle wall is kind of fun. Not sure why. Oh yeah, these things. Some levels will have them. They just mark the boundary. You're not allowed to go across. And I think our first egg thief is somewhere on this level. Yep, I just saw it. He is over to the left here. So these guys, there are some tricks to catching them. You want to try to cut corners it looks like they're going to go around. And if they ever jump up or down something, they slow down for a second. And that's a good time to try to catch them. See, I got him by cutting the corner there. They're pretty much impossible to catch just by charging though, because they're super fast. So you just want to try to get as close to them as possible and then flame them. And how close are we to all the gems? We need 34 more. Where are they hiding? I totally thought most or all of them would be here. Oh yeah, there's some of them on the beach here. I remember, I think I actually had to look this one up the first time, and I should have gone the ones in the cave first. Alright. Kind of sneaky sometimes. And then there's the key we need to unlock that chest we saw at the beginning of the level. Well, I guess another way to end your jump early, I just found out, is by not your jump, your glide, by pressing square to go into a dash. This should be 100% for the level. Nope, I am missing probably a blue gem. But where? That's the question. Yeah, so often I get to the end of the level and missing just one gem. I'll have either one gem left to collect on the top, where it says on the top, or 5. And almost every time it's either a blue gem, or a red gem, or a blue gem I've missed. Sometimes it's a green gem, but it seems like it's usually a red gem, followed by blue gem. Sometimes, if you see them from a distance, they'll sparkle a little, which helps to find them, but it's not a foolproof method, unfortunately. Let me know if you see one, guys, in the comments, so I can grab it real quick. That'll work, right? Ah, this drives me nuts. Yeah, what I'll do is I'll pause the recording and I'll get back with you guys when I find it. Okay guys, I found them. So there are 2 different loops you can do when you're up here. One of them takes you that way around those, and is that a chest? Yes, okay. So there was where 2 of them were. It looks like I wasn't just missing a 5. And the other one brings you around this way, around the little courtyard where you start. And I remembered a minute ago that this is where I found them once on one of the first times I played through this level. They hid from me for a while, so there we go, that's all the gems. Oh, and I also, if you look up there where it says 13 lives instead of 11, for those of you who are maybe super observant, I got a couple blue butterflies from the sheep while I was looking for the gems. And I haven't found the pink tulip yet. I actually want to try to find that real quick. So, and after that, we'll probably wrap this episode up. For some reason, I feel like it's going to be over here by this castle. Don't know why. It appears I may have been wrong. I don't know. Let's just flame this stuff. Oh, is there a way up on the roof? I don't think so. Yeah, there's an invisible wall. Huh. If I don't see it pretty soon, we'll just head out. Oh, invisible wall. Or force field, or whatever. I definitely think the tulip has to be up here somewhere, though. Again, let me know in the comments if you see it. Actually, for real, though, because I can always come back and get it later to show it to you guys. Maybe I will get all the skill points. I really want to now, because I've talked about it. Where, oh where could it be? Pink tulip is taunting me. Okay, I think I've officially circled everything up here now. Maybe I didn't go. I guess I went the wide way around. I can check here a little closer to things first. Oh, was just looking down at my OBS screen. Scared I haven't unpaused it for a second, but I did. That yellow looked pink. Had an ankle for a second. I got excited. There's yellow flowers down there. Alright, I think I might call it. If any of you saw it, or just know where it is already, feel free to let me know in the comments. Now I'm checking these plants on the wall real quick. But I think we're gonna go wrap up this level now, and then we'll wrap up the episode. I've been going for about 30 minutes. It's probably long enough. And back home. Oh yeah, another little thing you can do is you can kind of control where and how Spyro flies in the loading screens. Oh, and I'm playing this on the PlayStation 4, by the way. Probably figured that out by, you know, X and triangle button and whatnot, but I guess everything has an X, pretty much. But yeah, that concludes this first episode. Let me know what you think, and for now, bye friends!